Welcome to Actually Controller, the podcast that is actually Controller, and we are actually in control of everything you are hearing right now. I'm so very sorry.
Hello, hello, welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
My name is Jeff,
And this is Steve.
Bob.
And Chad.
and we are actually Controller.
Yes, we actually are Controller.
We are.
Actually. Today we're going to be talking. Bob, tell them what we're going to be talking about.
What are we going to be talking about?
We are talking about the recording
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
that we are doing with our producer Austin.
Our
Yep.
sixth member.
Yeah, who you
The
guys,
silent six member.
you guys have already
Only
met.
silent to you.
Yeah.
No, he's never silent to
No.
me.
I mean,
To
he has
them.
To them, yeah,
He has a
fair.
lot to say.
He has
Yeah.
and he does not hold back.
Nope.
And before we get too far into this, I want to mention, because it was brought to my attention by Steven here, that if you are listening to us on audio only and whatever device you are listening to us through, some of our earlier rather.
Yeah, our first episodes, 1 through 5 as of right now, but it's going to keep rolling where episodes after 90 days.
Start to disappear off of there. So if you want to find older episodes of us, go visit our YouTube,
Yes.
Or
hit like, subscribe,
Or
our Patreon.
or our
Patreon.
Patreon!
which will give you video access.
yes.
to
Yeah,
And
the
if
you
you
get to
do
see
have
how
video-
ugly we are.
And if you do have video access, you may also be surprised to see the new sitting
the
arrangement.
new couch.
Oh.
All right. It's actually really comfy. Can I take a nap?
Yeah, we supposed to
So
talk
Chad is
right
screaming
They'll just
internally
hear my
right now.
snores.
I know.
It'll be great.
Yeah, Chad's screaming internally right now.
I know.
He's seething.
He is seething.
He's seething.
So,
This isn't my couch.
yeah, this isn't his couch. That is his spot still.
Yes.
It is still his spot.
Hold on. So I noticed you keep adjusting. Is it just not situated for your cheeks? Is that what it is?
The cheek imprint has not been
It's like,
recalibrated
I am
yet.
finding it
it's still
difficult
it's
that
still
I'm
getting
kinda-
that comfy
Dude,
spot.
in the
going
corner
hey,
here. What?
Maintain the personal bubble, sir.
Dude, look.
Thank you.
I'm like right on
Just
the
saying.
crease of the. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Yeah. So, getting back on topic, I guess.
Yeah. So we at this point we had just it's funny, but like last
It's a
week
lot
we
higher
already
back.
had this conversation with you, but you weren't here. I won't explain how that happened, but Chad
Yeah.
had finished off the majority of
All of-
I did all of my bass
all of
tracks.
his
He
bass
did
tracks.
everything.
Everything.
I did it all.
At this point, Chris, who's not with us right now,
It's not that he's passed. He's not with us right
He's
now.
not with us.
he's in California
Yeah.
right now. So
He went to go see
California
New Kids on the
dreaming.
Block.
I mean, that's fair. I mean,
Did he? Am I just making that up?
you really are.
Oh,
Anyway, but yeah, so we got drums, guitar, and bass done, and now they're waiting on me, and that's probably going to take forever. I'm just kidding.
No.
It probably is.
What you already have planned is not going to take forever. What's going to take forever is but
So do it again.
So no, not even the do it again. There's enough options for being able to adjust post edit.
You guys were like, "Hey, keyboards," and I'm like, "So cool! There's 2,000 freaking sounds on here." How am I
I know.
supposed
I
to
know.
just pick one or two?
I know. Well,
Pick
and then
12.
you also have all of Austin's library.
I know.
So
And he's like,
Oh,
add
and with
another
that
new one.
library, it's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why he's only slotted for the one day. And I'm like, yeah, you could probably get done with all of your intended parts done.
yeah,
in
got to
one day.
get the intended parts done first.
But
Well, I will.
let's see what else on the post production side that we can actually add into everything.
It's like, if I push
Practicing my
this
intended
key-
parts.
If I push this key, it makes this really ugly noise. Can I have that?
I've
Yeah.
been practicing all my intended parts, so that way I can hopefully like rush through them and get them done, and then have a
Be like,
lot of
and
time.
What's funny is
Yeah.
I did not practice any
And you did a fabulous job.
of my
You did
parts
fantastic.
leading into it.
I legitimately have been to every one of our recordings.
I've been to none.
And
one. You have been to
You've been
one.
Yeah, you were at first day.
Oh, I was there
You were
first day, that's
Begrudgingly and whiningly, but you were at one.
He was tired. Okay?
I was tired.
He's always tired.
I am always tired.
yeah.
Tired of your BS.
I learned it from watching you, Dad.
So one of the reasons why I didn't do a lot of rehearsing prior to going in is because I know the way Austin works,
He's going to make you do it again
and I'm going to
anyways.
have to rewrite certain parts.
little parts. Yeah.
And it's easier going with the way that we record, with doing section by section, working this part. I've got that moment to where it's like, okay, once I get started, I know my part. And if it's not good enough, I'm going to end up doing it again anyways.
See, I really appreciated being able to sit in on everybody's parts because I've been Mr. Chicken Nugget and making sure.
You have been the nuggy guy.
Yeah, I'm making sure that everybody's eating.
Yes, Queen.
Yes, Queen.
What did I miss?
What everyone needs to
What did I
realize
miss?
is no matter what recording session it is, there always ends up being kind of a non-provoked theme line.
Chad, I am Chad. I'm so Chad.
Yeah, that ends up kind of being the stickler line for that recording session going forward. Like we have had the, F you Steve line that was going for quite a while.
It still goes.
Yeah.
Continuously goes.
We've
Don't let
had
it
we've had the Putt Plug-ins
Putt Plug-ins.
be another tagline. We have had the I am Chad.
I am
We have had the I won't lie, I'm seething right now. And in that tone.
Yeah.
That was perfect, Bob. Do it again, but better.
Yeah. We have had
dude,
a
that was the-
multitude of taglines that have appeared from recording
Yeah.
sessions. As of right now, some of the most current ones that have kind of had some sticking power are the I am Chad.
I am Chad.
We have had the Yes Queen.
Although,
Steve,
hold on.
Steve.
Hold on,
Yep.
just to capitalize technically on what you said, do it better. That wasn't exactly what was said.
I mean, I didn't say it as rude as. it
well, yeah,
comes
he
out
was
of
pretty
Austin's.
ruthless. So
Yeah.
just to kind of give,
That's why we love him.
to give some clarification. So we love Austin because of how difficult he makes it for us because he challenges us.
I never have a problem.
I love him for it. He challenges us. But for anybody who can kind of put themselves in this realm, when you're recording vocals and you know what you want to do and you want to get there, and your vocals are not always going to be crisp.
Yeah.
It's not always going to be perfect. I could lie to you guys and be like, dude, it's 100% all the time. I don't lie to you.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly. So had
There's a lot of tape on this
exactly.
parts on
Which has
So-
me a little nervous on going
You
in
should
to do
be.
some of the backup
Right.
vocals on
Nah,
this.
you-
Right. Oh, you'll be fine.
You'll
No,
be fine. We'll be
you should
cool.
be because that will give you more energy for your performance.
Yeah.
But to get
If
the
you're
clarification, sitting there pushing it, and I'm almost there. I'm not cracking. I'm just pulling it off sharp.
No, because I'm cracking.
Yeah, that's right. But so sitting
But
there
he
trying
did
to
end
get
up
it,
being
and
sharp.
and Putt chimes in with a. So I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to hit this note. I know what note I'm trying to hit, Austin. Okay, well, great. Then do it.
Yeah.
Actually do it.
Yeah.
And if that wasn't a humbling moment.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
So when you got a guy who literally has degrees hanging on his
I
wall
know.
for all this stuff, it's kind of hard to be like, no, you don't. Okay, maybe you do know.
Yeah.
So
So like when I started doing music, I was very Mr. Garage Band guy and so on. I think that's all of us. Really.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, but being able to work with people of the caliber and quality that
Yes.
we get to, that's,
Everybody but us.
man, we are faking it so good right
Oh,
now.
One thing that was really funny with this session that I did with him, when I get there, I'm like scrambling looking for his string dampener.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Where was that?
well, we didn't know, Steve. Where did you set it?
Oh, you mean literally behind Austin? Where he didn't even actually have to move his chair. If he really didn't want to, all he had to do was reach his arm
So that
behind him.
when I hit you up and asked about it,
Yeah.
we had already looked through the entire other room. I had looked over by like where we had set the cookies and everything. Because I mean, okay, recording with us, expect cookies because
Yes.
It's a lot of cookies.
Because Steve
Well,
is,
evidently not. I heard they're all gone.
Well, that's your own fault
You
for
only
literally
showed up
showing
for
up
one day.
once.
you showed up for one day.
There was a whole container.
There were
that was mine.
4 whole containers.
There was a container.
There are literally like not
And when
even
you
one.
don't show up for over a month worth of recording opportunity,
Cookies
That sounds like a
gone.
big dose and
Bye-bye.
not my problem. You
it
guys
sounds
should
like
think of
all
me.
your problem because they ain't there no more.
You guys should think of me. Hey, you know,
Bye-bye.
Bob would really love some of these cookies.
No, here, wait. I want to make sure that I put this out there. We were thinking
Don't
about
make
you
that face, Steve.
As we were eating the cookies.
as we were eating your
Oh,
cookies.
We're like, man, Bob did pick a good flavor.
Yeah, dude, these are delicious, bro. And like every single time we were in the studio and you weren't there, we'd be like, "Thanks, Bob. This
Yeah.
is really good."
I'm not
And-
gonna lie, I'm seething right now.
See, and we bring it all back.
Yes.
So the recording session, though, as of right now, for this bundle of recordings, because do keep in mind we are tracking material for 3 different releases, all in one recording session.
I know it sounds like a lot, but your mom will love it.
I mean, she might.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But the recording session it is a little challenging.
Gotcha.
It is a little challenging, though, to try to keep in mind that there needs to be a different feel to the songs that are going on to each one of the releases. It's not one of those, oh, this is a full album and everything. It's like, no, these songs need to all kind of have their own uniform sound, and these kind of need to have their own uniform, and
This
making
song
sure
here
they're
is
all
not
getting
like the
parceled
others.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's real easy when we're in there doing this mass collection to forget about that and just, oh, that sounds good. Let's do that across the board. It's like, but
Now, our real question here: we are planning on doing the mastering still with Forrester, correct?
so long as he
Is
signs off
available.
on it,
Yeah.
available
Yeah,
for
it's
it.
available for it.
As long as he gives the thumbs up for us to send
Yes.
it to him.
And if by chance you happen to see this, Forrester, thank you so much. You're awesome.
Yes, we appreciate you so much. But yeah, so Chad finished up bass. Chris ended up having a one and done day.
Yeah.
We ended up getting in. I
Dude
think
was
it
a
ended up
beast.
being like an 8-hour day.
Yeah.
No, he
Dude,
said it was 6.
Was it about 6?
He said it
He was a
about
beast,
a
though.
6-hour
He got through it so fast.
because I ran an
actually.
8-hour day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve did 9 days.
I did a third of that.
He was actually Steve was really fast, which was really cool because I mean usually like okay. To be fair,
To be
God.
fair.
To be fair,
when
I'm gonna get eviscerated. Cool, let's do this.
When
you're used to it.
when I'm around Austin, I tend to like poke at him to be a little more rude and crude and pushy.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
I don't have to. You're right.
No, you just-
I
but he,
like it.
He definitely does.
He's
poke the
literally
bear.
a fan.
Yes.
He's just. It's fine.
yeah, it's like I get off on it. It's fine.
Yeah.
But
It's his jollies.
At least-
and that's why I've been going to try to make sure that everything is going, fabulously. And honestly, you really kicked ass. I got to give you some
Hey,
credit
thanks.
because like
Don't do that.
No,
His
no,
head.
no. Listen.
Yeah, because I'm the most egotistical one.
No, that's-
Now, I
don't-
wasn't
Don't
there.
you try to steal my?
I don't know.
Don't
Oh,
you
okay.
try to steal my Kool-Aid?
Oh, okay.
What flavor
Is it great? Is it Purple Day?
That's the coolest.
Is it Purple Day?
Purple.
Remember we had that conversation.
Oh, no, not. It's not.
Okay.
It's Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Friday's Purple Day.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, we missed.
But like quite literally, we missed.
It's turquoise.
It's turquoise day. Anyway, yeah, you did a fabulous job, and it went pretty without hiccups. I mean, like you weren't crying this time, so I feel like we didn't do as much.
I almost
Almost.
on the third day,
cried.
Work. Yeah,
man, out of frustration.
Oh, fair.
there was a couple times.
Man, okay, because
Wasn't it like the first time we recorded ever with Austin? We actually had a bucket of Steve's tears.
Yeah, it was something like
Or something
it
like
was
that.
more like
no, that was a blur. That was just too quick because all the
Yeah.
instrumental happened in 2 days.
Yeah. Oh.
So,
So you turned me into a liar on that, Steve. I'm
yep,
sorry.
you're welcome.
I'm sorry, everybody.
But yeah, with this one, I won't lie. On the third day, though, there were a few points that I got to the sheer frickin' frustration where I'm just like, I'm about to lose it.
Yeah.
And mostly it's a catch-22 because I had like 3 days between my second recording session and my last recording session, and thinking back on all the stuff that I had tracked, listening back onto the pre-pros that we already done, and going, there's things that are missing that I think guitar-wise we still need to add. Now, we can go into the mixing process later on and figure out how much or how little and all that type of stuff.
This
but
guy on a weekend decides to write leads to like what?
4 songs.
4 songs.
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere. And he still has recording to get done.
Yeah, that was already pre-written.
So we're walking it now. Mind you, we did a Austin had asked us to do a bunch of pre-recordings of the songs we were coming in to do the actual recording of, so that way he knew he was walking into, and he could put his 2 cents in if things he felt needed to change. Or
By the
whatever.
way, he thinks all of our music sucks.
I mean,
He has like 2 good songs that he likes of ours.
Yeah.
so
He keeps waiting for that third.
so here I am walking in with
Well,
Steve,
I'm going to have to
knowing-
impress.
Here I am walking in with Steve, knowing that we had already handed everything that that the scope of this recording was supposed to entail, and we're bringing new parts that were unannounced. And
Yes.
I was so afraid, but thankfully,
Yeah.
we
Well,
ate all of Bob's cookies, and he got over it quickly.
Yeah. Well, the one benefit that you get with
Don't touch me. I'm mad.
the one benefit that you do get with Austin is
I'm
Austin.
seething.
Yeah, he's seething right now. The part that's beneficial with Austin is the production guy.
Yeah.
He's not you need to overdo it, but he always is on board if you have an idea that you think is going to better the song.
Elevate.
He is all for hearing it
That
out.
is the word he uses.
Elevate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elevate, yes.
He is all for hearing it out. He's never a cool, we got more stuff, we're definitely going to use it,
And
or it's definitely a good idea.
And
But he
his
is all
terminology,
for-
it's always to service the song.
yes.
Honestly, that's become the way we all write.
That's
now.
become the way of the walk for Contrøller
Yeah.
too. But
Oh,
me
we're
walking-
always trying to make it better for you guys.
Yep.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I walked in with lead melodies, and so I want to clarify that I'm not going in
Why did
solo.
you note into
where
somebody
I'm
who
like,
isn't there?
Because the camera people,
Yeah.
the patron,
cameras.
our patrons will get to see all that.
But yeah, I
Is it
as
patrons
all of you
or
know,
Patreonians?
patrons.
As all of you know, I'm not a lead guy. I don't do all the solo. I don't do shreddy
Yeah,
stuff
he's
or
not
anything like
Mr.
that.
Meedly.
No, so when I say that I wrote lead top lines, I did not write solos to go in on 4 songs. These are all top lead melodies to
Yeah.
like more anchor your ear to hear a melody.
That's why I said
Yep,
lead lines
yep.
rather than solo.
So,
build.
well, I want for anybody who didn't know what a lead comparison like a solo was, I wanted to give a little clarification
That's
and
fair,
everything. But I went in there, showed him all the things. Only one riff got completely and utterly just, it's not happening. We're not doing anything in that realm. Just drop that idea.
You wait for when I go in, and we'll find out how
Yeah.
many hit the floor before
Yeah.
he's like, you know what, just leave. Jeff,
I got
all
an
your
idea of what you were
ideas are
trying to do.
horrible.
I can do them.
Stop pretending to be the Phantom of the Opera. You need to go.
but yeah,
Dude, we can get to the Phantom of the Opera.
No,
mask.
it's been done so many
Yep.
times. I mean, and to be fair, Sleep Token does it better than I would ever do
yeah,
it.
they kind of do a full
Yeah, no
face thing.
offense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
But
really do. I love
the
it.
all the lead stuff that I ended up doing, there was a point though. The one riff did get completely dropped on the floor. That didn't end up making it, but there was 2 other ones, and I knew already going in that there was a chance there were going to be a couple notes here or there that weren't in proper scale.
Right.
I wasn't expecting the level of recompositional
Oh my
work
gosh,
that
it was
happened
so
with a
good.
couple of them, where I'm like, okay. I get that you're just trying to help find the right chording for us to go in and out of what scales we're looking for, but we have been working on this for over a half hour just trying to find the one note to the next note, and you're freaking killing me. I am so over it. Let's just do the
it was
note.
so worth it though.
But
it
it did end up being worth it, but man, I was sitting back there just like,
So
okay.
he showed the riff to the lead riff to Austin. You guys weren't there, so I'll let you guys in on it. He shows the lead riff to Austin, and me and Austin immediately are picking apart how it works with all the other notes. Is that a ninth? Is that a third? And he goes to a what here? Is that proper? So me and Austin are engrossed in the conversation while Austin pulls out his keys and is like going through all the different.
Yeah, literally loads his piano patch, and we're literally going through, and they're Rick Beatoing the crap out of me.
Yeah, dude, it was
they're just
amazing.
like, he's
It was
going
good.
for a suspended ninth here with this
It's like,
arpeggiation. And I'm like,
this is the proper note you need to go to. This kind of goes at you. 'Cause that one time where you're like, man, nobody picks apart anybody else's parts like they pick apart mine. Well, that might be true on some level to the standard listener, but on the recording process, it is absolutely not. As far as the people who get beat on the most, I will say it's probably Steve. Who gets beat on the least? That's probably me. I'm sorry. I'm just so sorry.
yeah, just because your MIDI track such as like,
Yeah, it's like
Scoot
I
all
didn't
over the
quite
place.
hit that note quite right.
No,
Would you mind like?
well, I
scooting
even
that up
had
a bit?
I even had a song to where it's like he's pulling out the keyboard patch and he's like,
Yeah.
"All right,
Yeah.
these are the notes that Steve have got here, and those notes
pretty
that you-"
positive it was the same song.
Discovered?
Almost.
Yes.
I am almost 100. Yeah.
I will agree. I think Steve does get beat on at least a little bit more than me.
Is your battery going dead?
No, it's just he's tucking the antenna
Oh, word.
down into his chest.
Say it again.
There you
So-
go.
Yep.
Retake.
Do you hear me now?
Yeah.
Retake.
Okay. I will agree that Steve probably gets beat on just a little more than I do, if nothing else.
Well, especially since he's like Mr. Classical Guitar guy. Austin is. You
Yeah,
know?
I'm not. He
no,
is, though.
like he's got like a literal like piece of paper that says he knows what he's doing.
with guitar specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My time in there is fun and shenanigans and
Yeah,
laughing.
mine's-
Yeah.
Literally getting ripped apart and scrutinized with everything, and then an occasional of the no, just give me the guitar. Let me show you what I'm telling you to do.
My time with Austin is usually spent trying to remember that we're supposed to be recording because we're like too like nerdy about like the new toys that he's got or
Yeah,
whatever.
I will say the benefit is you've been in for every recording session, so a lot of the conversation of all the new toys
Yeah.
has already been relayed
This
to
is
you.
true. And so I really got to bring it this time around because
Yeah.
he's going to be looking at me like, "Yo, Jeff,
Let's do
limited
this.
time.
what
Let's
are you
do this.
Doing?"
So on another note, we want to give a huge congratulations to Putt
Yes.
and his wonderful wife Elizabeth
Absolutely.
on their brand new baby boy.
Yes, congratulations.
So,
Congrats.
Fab.
We have kind of been taking a little bit of a lull between the last recording session with Chad and when Jeff is popping in there, and which will be in
the week
2
after.
weeks
Yeah,
the
2
week
weeks.
from
after
this.
drops.
Yep.
And yeah, I don't know when our vocal tracking is going to happen at that point,
He
but
was talking sometime in like early July, but I don't know.
He
Yeah,
was
it's-
saying he's got a lot of July open to be able to get vocals done.
yeah, I know we have tentative plans. We have not locked in dates.
Right. No.
so everything
nothing's
is still
locked
a
in. Everything's tentative.
Yeah, everything is still in a tentative, but one thing that is not still in a tentative, we will have this EP out by the end of August.
Oh,
Yes.
and also shameless plug for myself because I did work with these guys on some stuff that I recorded solo outside of our regular production, called Between Here and Now.
Yep.
It will have another song dropping this week or next week.
No, it already dropped this
This
past
last-
Friday.
So 2 weeks. Oh, so the week that this comes out, is that right?
no,
I
so
suck with math. Okay.
so the way the timing works out on this
4 times 4
is by the time
numbers.
There you go.
by the time you're hearing this, we will have just dropped the 4th track
okay,
Yes.
okay.
from the EP,
Yeah, and so
and it will be the title track
yes.
of the EP. And if you want to do a little bit more elaboration on what they can expect,
So that's giving you like a little over a week to absorb and listen to this.
Yeah, so mind you, everything that is in Between Here and Now is kind of like a departure from where Contrøller normally rolls. We're kind of like, I hesitate to say that we're like alt metal or
I don't, because
we're the
alt
grunge. We're grunge.
No, we're
Remember?
Who called us grunge?
no, we're not gonna have that
That's-
conversation.
We're not
That's
having that conversation right now. However,
that's an inside studio joke.
yeah.
We are
so
so grunge.
okay.
Anyway,
Okay, so with alt metal, the reason I don't cringe or steer away whatsoever from the term alt metal whatsoever is the term is so broad anymore, where you got Bad Omens, you have,
okay.
Sleep Token, you have...
I gotta say this. Okay, I've been... I when I was doing like the whole sound guy thing, first over at Peanuts too, and then doing it over at Skeletoons, and working mainly with punk bands and metal bands and whatnot, they always kind of push that, it's real weird that you're so good at sound, being that you're in a new metal band. I don't know about y'all, but I grew up in around the 90s, and I liked new metal. It was fine.
Oh, I was a fan of new metal.
So I personally am going to steer into that. I'm going to call us a new metal band. I don't care. I understand that the whole alt metal thing is a whole thing, too, and I don't know. I don't feel like we're smashing pumpkinsy enough for that.
Oh, hey, Steve.
And despite
I know
all
you're
my
trying to take
rage.
care of that stuff, but you dropped your pocket.
Oh, yeah, he did, didn't he? He's not going to be able to pick that up until
I
tomorrow.
know, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's just going to lay there all wet and disgusting.
I know. It's soppy.
Soppy, all wet.
Soppy.
What did you even have in your pocket to have it all wet like that?
It's a soppy pocket.
It's messed up. Yeah, so, but beyond that, we're missing is Steven, so that there's like a less...
But here's the thing, like the whole time we're
Here's the
staring
thing.
at like greatness. That's what it is.
Is it greatness?
Yeah, absolutely.
The pocket or...
Sure.
That pocket is great.
It is. You have a fantastic pocket.
So to keep this going on some level, Chad, because you're blinking.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Your favorite track that we have up and coming right now.
Ooh.
Yeah, because like this is something that I thought about that we didn't go over. Unfortunately, Chris isn't here; that he can't throw in his. But of the three
I already know Chris's favorite track. I can throw that out.
We'll wait to ask you
Yep.
then. But Chad, you favorite track,
Oh, that's so rough.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to help you out. Only off of the Find Yourself EP that's coming out.
Okay, yeah, first EP. None of the remakes.
I've really got into Discover.
Agreed.
with the stuff that's coming out.
The way that it landed after you were done tracking.
Yeah, when I got done tracking with that and the revisions that needed to be done in it for the bass part,
Okay.
Discover just it really latched on to me like for the rest of that night.
And I'm going to be asking you the same question. So,
Which Discover was the last one that I did track that night.
Yeah. Which I'm still like, man, I know. And this shows the different personalities and everything like that. Because for me, when it comes to when we're tracking, if I know it's one of those tracks where I'm like, man, I am dreading doing that one, I do not want to record that one. I try to get it done, like, not first because I want my hands warmed up, but that is definitely the second track that I'm getting to because I want it out of the way.
Now, see, the only reason why I was dreading that song is not like the difficulty of the song. It's because of playing in a drop tuning further than what we normally drop, and I normally run out of a pedal, and there's no using the drop pedal.
no, not while you're recording. Okay,
No.
so if you ever catch us live, sometimes you'll see either of these two walk over
Playing with footwork.
and stepping on pedals and whatnot. And a lot of that is because tuning on stage is
A pain.
a pain, and it can take some.
And nobody likes the tuning song live.
No, not really. But so live purposes, we will tend to use like an octave pedal or something like that.
Yep.
But for the recording, we actually tune
But
all the way.
being worried about having to, depending on how the tuning was going to go, finding the right notes for the strings to be on.
yeah, and then worried about
and then are my finger is the finger positions going to be proper?
yeah.
Finger
How
positions are
how
Yeah.
good is the intonation going to be? With
Which we ended up fully figuring out the string that you're used to playing it on was not.
Yeah,
Right.
Because
So-
there was
Right
just
one.
too much neck sound from
and
it
yeah,
being
I
so
went
loose.
I went into that one last because I did all 3 of my drop tune songs.
Oh yeah, no. When
final.
I did the same thing, I ended up doing like pending on tunings as when the way that I recorded and everything. But I knew you were the most apprehensive because of recompositions and all that type of stuff on Discover. And I kind of had that same thing with Discover as far as a challenge though. of possible recompositions and all that stuff, even with the verses. So that's why I was like, nope, I want to get Discover done as soon as possible. I just want that one out of the way.
You gotta stop laughing at me like that.
Yeah,
I know that we're childish, and he said something childish.
We are so.
I'm just proud of him for pulling the mic away, so I don't have to do any editing and losing the conversation that Chad was truly invested in.
You guys are doing great. I was just sitting here trying to keep him. I'm like,
oh, I know. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I know. I'm watching
comments.
everything out of the corner of my eye.
Comments. I wanted to say them so bad, but I have to be good.
Okay, so
but yeah, I started in with Believe as like one of my easiest tracks to actually do on bass. I started recording on that one, and then I amped it up and got to some of the stuff that I was more worried about getting to.
Right. So, but Discover at the end of the day, for Find Yourself, that's one you're looking forward to the most.
Yes.
Okay, so you haven't recorded yet, Bob, but we've been living with these pre-pros for months and months and months.
Hold on. Hashtag retake. Ask that again. Wait, hold on. Compose. Okay, cool.
Okay. So, you have not started recording yet, Bob.
Correct.
However, we have been living with the pre-pro recordings for months and months now, so it's not like you're foreign to these songs.
No, of course not.
So, out of the Find Yourself EP songs,
Find Yourself. Just the Find Yourself ones.
what
Not the
song
remix.
would you say
Revisions.
is probably the one you're most excited for?
And Clarity is on that too. So.
Yep.
I mean, Clarity we've already recorded.
Yeah, that's true.
Clarity's a great song.
I agree.
Chad kind of stole my answer. I'm really partial to Discover, but to throw out another one that I'm really partial to, I actually like Trust in the Process. Initially.
It's got a fun.
I will say that one was a hell of a lot more tricky to record than I ever walked in with the intention of recording.
Yeah.
Like it being a challenge where it's like we're going through the arpeggiations. It's like son of a.
Yeah, from where it started, which was a bit of a struggle, to where it is now with a little bit of help and
growing pains.
and growing pains. To where it is now it's a lot more fun. It's got a better flow to it, especially vocally. So it's in a much better place to where I've kind of grown a lot more comfortable, and it's fun to perform.
And Trust in the Process, that was a lot of fun because I've got Austin turned around dampening strings for me.
Yeah.
So as I'm reaching certain parts, I'm playing, and then like all of a sudden I'm like open note, and he's like scrambled to
pull the finger away, and then scramble to get it right back on.
Yeah. It was fun. I put him through a little exercise on the spot.
Yeah. There's also video footage of a big cuddle puddle of how many hands it takes to play a bass part. Where at one point, two of Chad's hands, one of my hands and one of Austin's hands were on Chad's
So
bass.
wait a minute. So you had one of Austin's hands, one of Steve's hands, and then you have 8.
Yeah. No,
So
he has
10
8
hands?
appendages.
No, he was only using 2 hands at a time.
Yeah, only 2 hands.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Feet
Oh, I
weren't
understand.
involved.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. The others were fiddling.
They
One
were
of these
busy.
things, it's
They
not
were
like
busy.
the others.
After the recording, I'm still on Control Yourself.
Control Yourself still is.
Yeah, I have the most excitement of hearing that one like as a done product.
That was a lot of fun to track.
Yeah, and there's so much weird that happens in that particular song. Even I'm excited to hear where we end up with it vocally when we finally finish it.
Oh, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck.
I swear to God, if we spend that much money knowing it's going to suck, I'm going to beat someone.
Yeah.
Jeff, don't let him beat you.
Oh my God.
That would be unfortunate.
So Contrøller is going to be looking for a new singer.
Ouch.
Possibly pre-tour, according
Just
to
kidding.
Jeff's tone.
Just kidding.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Hey,
I am not kidding on expecting it to be a good song.
Oh, okay. All right. You guys have seen Taken, right? Good luck.
So with Control Yourself, I will say that I was less excited for Control Yourself until I brought in those additional top melody leads, because
there was a lot of drag between.
It's just kind of that like chug along
Yeah.
one and everything. It didn't feel like there was a lot of dynamical shift.
That just makes me think he comes into the studio. I'm already like working on my second track by the time Steve comes in. He's like, "Oh, I didn't get to see your face over the parts that I wrote over here." I was like, Steve, I didn't even listen to him.
Yeah,
And that almost broke me more on that one.
So to be fair, if he had too many notes going in the background, it would take him off of his time signature. So we opted in to let him just play with the click.
And I get that
And
part,
drums.
but the only reason I stated that I was excited for that was because when you and me and Austin stumbled on that,
Yeah, it was
because that wasn't even the
was
intended
amazing.
one.
Yeah,
it was a. Oh my God! We found something that is so totally out of actual chord.
Yeah,
shouldn't make sense. This is not in scale.
No, I totally understood your whole point.
Where I'm like, oh my God, this totally changed the entire dynamic of the song. I want to see Chad's face.
He hit the first song and was like, "Let's get it done," and that was the first one he picked.
Yeah, and he didn't even listen to any of the guitar
No,
players.
because well, and even with Austin, he was like, "I don't want." Because there, you do have a little bit of like, not like push and pull, but where you write,
I sway.
Yeah, where you write naturally is this, and it's really easy to follow your sway over the click
yeah.
sway, and so that was the reason why, and I recognized it, and I knew that you were probably going to be kind of bummed it like came in.
Only because I wanted, knowing how thrown the three of us were,
like legitimately
by that note.
We were just looking for the dampener at that point.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we were trying to find the
Yeah, I
dampener.
know.
Yeah.
And then I'm accused. I'm
You
not
weren't-
even in the house.
You weren't accused, you were the last one to touch it. So if anybody knew where it was going to be,
It was
and
Steve.
we thought
The great thing is,
we thought to ourselves, because even Austin asked me, he's like, did he go home with that on his guitar? And I sat and I thought to myself, and I'm like, I don't remember you taking it off your guitar. He might have very well thrown it in his thing. And so
Maybe-
it was probably my fault that
maybe
you got
I'll get a
blamed for
text
that.
next time he's looking for it because I put it in the exact same spot.
Next
That I had
time,
placed it?
Steve. Next time it'll be me.
Probably.
Yeah, because you totally need to dampen the
let's put a
strings.
I need to dampen
It'll be me.
my Adam's apple.
It'll be me. And I need to dampen my keyboard.
Yep. So,
Have a clip.
yep. Yeah,
So don't be weirded out if when I go to record, I'm calling you, Chad, going, "Yo, where's
the dampener?
Where's the dampener?
So Control Yourself is yours. I know Chris isn't here. I'll throw everybody the bone on that one. Chris is invested
Yeah.
in Control Yourself.
Yes.
That is
Yeah.
his song.
Oh,
Dude, I
yeah.
get
That's
it,
one
man.
he is most excited for
I get it, man.
on the whole
He
recording.
does some really interesting playing throughout this entire EP, but like I thought the intensity that he brought to that song and to Discover actually pretty high bar, honestly.
Yeah, no, and I'm in agreement. And I think, okay, not to knock the rest of the songs. I
tell
want
Chris,
everybody
by
to
the way.
listen
Don't tell
to
him
the
I
whole EP and give all the songs a chance, because just because they might be our favorite doesn't mean that they're going to be yours. I'm still leaning into Discover.
Yeah.
Discover was kind of like,
Woo!
when I first came up with riffs for it, it was one of those, ooh, 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 ooh,
Yeah.
ooh. I was the giddy little school kid
I remember.
just to show them off.
I will admit, I did like "Show Me the Way" coming out of the studio.
Yeah.
More
Than going
more,
in?
more coming out of it than what I liked it going in.
Yes. Well, and I think the level of aggression and intensity that Jeff and I had intended to live in that song
Yeah.
from the very beginning
Finally
was actually getting shown while we had the recordings
Yeah.
done there.
So a lot of both of you guys. It was both of you that guys used amp shaping plugins, right? You guys just.
oh yeah, no,
both
we're
direct.
running full
Yeah.
suites of
So,
plugins on this recording.
So again, to mention Forrester's name again, did we use any of his?
I
shaping?
have a couple
Okay.
patches that are actually the Forrester patches on some of my cleans
So we used your
from
stuff.
the neural DSP
If you
suite.
watch this, we used your stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
You and Nolly
Yeah,
are the
and
two
Nolly.
that I've pretty much used
I was trying to
exclusively.
remember. I was
Yep.
like, oh my goodness.
But yeah, the Discover was definitely the, even before we even like really got it into the writing phase, just at that, I feel like this is gonna be that thing, and
Yeah.
then kind of showing you guys, and then for the most part, it felt like it was everybody understood already kind of that like vibe
Yeah.
of the song right away with the, here's the riffs, this is kind of the structuring idea that I was thinking, what do you guys think? And then it was kind of the, nope, I got it. I agree. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah. So I'm going to kind of, I think we're coming on our time now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go ahead and kind of cut this off. I love you guys. We love your guts, actually. Mm-hmm. And keep an eye open for new stuff dropping, and come join us. Check out our Patreon.
Yes, and last week's episode.
Yes, that's what I was going to bring up.
The number was 48.
48.
48.
Really? It was only 48?
It was
It was
only
48.
You said it a lot.
I know, and I had to rewind numerous times to track how many times your annoying mouth stated it repeatedly over and over and over and over.
This has been Contrøller. We love your guts. Have a wonderful day.
Check out our
Love you guys.
Patreon.
I'm not counting this time. Later.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Actually Contrøller. If you liked what you heard, please consider following us on all our socials. You can easily find us on all the different platforms by going to linktree/Contrøller33 or scan the QR code if you are watching the video version of this episode. Thank you.